Welcome to my channel. This is the place where we explore the profound teachings of Buddhism and the lives of the Buddha's greatest disciples. In today's video, we will discover the 10 extraordinary disciples of the Buddha, each renowned for their wisdom and compassion. If you find this content helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on future videos. Now, let's begin our journey with the Buddha's 10 greatest disciples. Subhuti, foremost in understanding emptiness. Subhuti, one of the Buddha's 10 foremost disciples, is widely recognized for his deep understanding of the concept of emptiness anya. In the early Buddhist texts, he is honored as the disciple who grasped the profound meaning of emptiness better than any other. His exceptional insight into this fundamental aspect of the Dharma made him a key figure in the early Buddhist Sangha and contributed significantly to the development of Buddhist philosophy, particularly in the Mahayana tradition. 1. Early life and ordination. Subhuti was born into a wealthy and influential Brahmin family in the city of Shrivas, the capital of the ancient kingdom of Kosala. Despite his upbringing in a privileged household, Subhuti felt a strong spiritual calling early in life. Like many of the Buddha's other great disciples, he was deeply unsatisfied with the materialistic and ritualistic nature of Brahmin society. This yearning for deeper understanding led him to seek out the Buddhist teachings. Subhuti's ordination marked the beginning of his journey into the Dhamma. Upon entering the Buddhist monastic community, he quickly distinguished himself through his diligent practice and keen intellectual capabilities. Subhuti was particularly drawn to the deeper philosophical teachings of the Buddha, especially those concerning the nature of reality, impermanence, and the lack of inherent self in all things. 2. Insight into emptiness. The teaching of emptiness anya is one of the most profound and transformative doctrines in Buddhism. It refers to the understanding that all phenomena, whether physical or mental, are empty of intrinsic existence or independent nature. Instead, all things arise and pass away due to causes and conditions, and they lack any permanent, unchanging essence. Subhuti's exceptional understanding of this concept set him apart from his fellow monks. His insight into emptiness went beyond an intellectual grasp of the doctrine. He fully internalized the understanding that all things are interconnected and impermanent. Subhuti realized that clinging to the notion of a fixed, unchanging self, or to the idea of permanent entities was a source of suffering. In his meditative practice, Subhuti would contemplate the emptiness of all phenomena, realizing that what people commonly take as real, whether objects, emotions, or even concepts of self, are, in fact, empty of inherent existence. This realization allowed him to cultivate a mind free from attachment and aversion, leading to a state of profound equanimity and peace. 3. The Buddha's praise of Subhuti. Buddha recognized Subhuti's deep understanding of emptiness and often praised him for his insight. In the early Buddhist texts, the Buddha specifically highlighted Subhuti's ability to fully comprehend the concept of anya, honoring him as foremost in understanding emptiness. This recognition placed Subhuti in a unique position within the Sangha, as his understanding of this profound teaching was considered unparalleled. Subhuti's expertise in the concept of emptiness also brought him a prominent role in teaching and guiding other monks. His explanations of the nature of emptiness helped many of his fellow practitioners deepen their own understanding and move closer to liberation. In this way, Subhuti contributed significantly to the spread and development of the Buddhist teachings on non-self and Indranc. 4. Subhuti. In the Mahayana tradition, Subhuti's deep understanding of emptiness became especially influential in the later development of Mahayana Buddhism. In Mahayana texts, such as the Prajnaparamita Perfection of Wisdom Sutras, Subhuti is often featured as a key figure who dialogues with the Buddha on the nature of emptiness. These texts emphasize the centrality of anya in the path to enlightenment and often highlight Subhuti's role as a master of this teaching. In the Diamond Sutra, one of the most famous Mahayana texts, Subhuti engages in a profound conversation with the Buddha about the nature of reality, merit, and non-attachment. The Buddha explains to Subhuti that even the concept of merit itself is empty, and one should perform virtuous deeds without attachment to the idea of accumulating merit. This conversation is a classic example of Subhuti's deep engagement with the teaching of emptiness and his ability to understand its application in all aspects of spiritual life. The Diamond Sutra and other Mahayana texts featuring Subhuti became central to the Mahayana understanding of the path to enlightenment. Subhuti's teachings on emptiness were seen as a crucial element of the Bodhisattva path, emphasizing the importance of wisdom and non-attachment in the pursuit of awakening for the benefit of all beings. 5. The practice of generosity and emptiness. One of the key aspects of Subhuti's understanding of emptiness was his approach to generosity. In Buddhism, generosity is considered a foundational practice for cultivating virtue and purify the mind. However, Subhuti realized that true generosity could only be practiced when one understood the emptiness of the giver, the receiver, and the gift itself. In his teachings, Subhuti explained that when a person gives with the understanding that there is no inherent self in the giver, no inherent self in the recipient, and no inherent essence in the gift, then the act of generosity becomes truly selfless. This kind of giving, free from attachment and ego, leads to the cultivation of wisdom and the realization of non-self. Subriti's teachings on the relationship between generosity and emptiness became a central theme in Mahayana Buddhism, particularly in the Bodhisattva ideal of selfless service to others. 6. Subriti's legacy. Subriti's profound understanding of emptiness left an indelible mark on the development of Buddhist philosophy, both in the Theravada and Mahayana traditions. His teachings on the nature of reality, the emptiness of all phenomena, and the importance of non-attachment continue to inspire practitioners to this day. In Theravada Buddhism, Subhuti is remembered as a key disciple of the Buddha who helped clarify and spread the foundational teachings of non-self and impermanence. His role in guiding fellow monks and led people toward a deeper understanding of the Dharma ensured that the Buddhist teachings on emptiness were preserved and practiced. In Mahayana Buddhism, Subhuti is venerated as a bodhisattva figure, whose teachings on emptiness are central to the path of wisdom. His dialogues with the Buddha in texts like the Diamond Sutra and the Prajnaparamita continue to be studied by monks, nuns, and lay practitioners alike, serving as a guide to understanding the nature of reality and the path to enlightenment. 7. Subhuti's influence on modern Buddhist practice. Subhuti's legacy has had a profound influence on modern Buddhist thought, particularly in how practitioners approach the concept of emptiness. His emphasis on the interconnectedness and impermanence of all things continues to resonate with those seeking a deeper understanding of the nature of reality. His teachings on emptiness also offer practical guidance for daily life. By cultivating an awareness of the emptiness of self and phenomena, practitioners can reduce attachment, aversion, and the ego's hold on their minds. This leads to greater peace, contentment, and equanimity in the face of life's challenges. Subhuti's life and teachings continue to inspire those on the path of awakening, reminding us that the understanding of emptiness is not just a philosophical idea but a lived experience that can transform our view of the world and ourselves.